Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome. Welcome to the next installment of Hello, everyone. There we go. The next installment of six string. Pardon me, six string Saturdays. So there we go. Just checking to make sure that I've got everything lined up here on YouTube. Now, what I'm going to do is, as I often do, I'm just going to copy the link to my Zoom meeting. So if you do want to join me there, you're welcome. Don't have to. You can stay right there on YouTube. It's totally cool. If you have questions, type them in. If you're, whichever way you've joined me, you can type in the questions, and I'll pay attention and try to answer them as best I can. If you're on Zoom with me, then unmute yourself, ask your question, and then I'll do my best to answer it. Now, the stuff that's up here, we're not going to deal with until the second half of the lesson. What we're going to do is play around more with all that blues, all the blues that we got going with last week. If you are watching on YouTube and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have that music, what's going on? I think if I did it right, I think I might have just sent you the link to get all the sheet music. We'll see. All right, so to start off with, I'll have a sip of coffee, and then we're going to do some warm-ups. Our warm-ups today are going to be involving the E minor pentatonic scale and the E blues scale that we played last week. Now, I got to leave this up because otherwise my camera is going to have a little fit about the difference between white and black, so we'll just leave that there. But let's start on the sixth string. Now, I hope this angle works out. We're going to play just the E minor pentatonic scale to start. I'm going to use these two fingers. Okay, so I'm going to play my sixth string open and then my third fret on my sixth string. For this particular scale, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my middle finger working on my third fret and my first finger working on my second fret. Okay, so again, I play a sixth string open, third fret, fifth string open, and then fret 2. Fourth string open, fret 2. Third string open, fret 2. Now we're going to second string and back to fret 3. Okay, first string and fret 3. Okay, let's play it all backwards. We'll start right on that third fret, okay? So 3 on the first string, and then open. 3 on the second string, and then open. Okay, now we're moving with our pointer finger to fret 2 of string 3. Fret 2 of string 4 now, and then open. Fret 2 of string 5, and then open. And then while I play that open, I reach with my middle finger to fret 3 of string 6, and then open. Okay, so that's called an E minor pentatonic scale. A pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale. I'm going to tell you the names of the notes as I play them so that you can see that it's just 5 notes that repeat. So we've got our sixth string open, which is E. Third fret of that string, which is a G. Fifth string open, which is an A. Second fret, which is a B. And then fourth string open, which is a D. Now the note names are going to repeat. Second fret is an E. Third string open is a G. Second fret is an A. Second string open is a B. Okay, and then your third fret is a D. First string open is an E. Third fret is a G. I'll make the tab available for this scale on my website. But okay, so you might say to yourself, okay, well, why am I learning this? Right? Because last week we did part of the blues scale E blues scale and E minor pentatonic scale have a lot of notes in common. So it's kind of nice to get a handle on the color difference between the two. But also, for practicing hammer-ons, this scale is awesome. Because it's easy to memorize. It's awesome for practicing hammer-ons. If you were doing any of my live streams from a few months ago, when I went all crazy on that boxes study that I made, I used the E minor pentatonic scale for the guitar version that I did. You can have a good time with this scale. When I first started working on hammer-ons a lot, I used that scale because it was comfortable and it feels good to practice something that's comfortable for your hands. Pull-offs as well, it's nice because again, I'm using my two dominant fingers on my hand to play this. When I do a pull-off, I'm doing it slowly and carefully so that you can have a little review about how I do pull-offs. I don't lift off my finger like that. I make a little circle. See that? Sometimes I do that too, depending on the strength I need. So I'm stopping the sixth string from ringing out because it's got a buzz right there. So you'll hear me stop that note quite a bit today. E minor pentatonic, play around with it. Let's play it again, okay? So sixth string open, and we'll pluck each one 2 times slow, okay? 1, 2, sixth string open. Ready? Open, open. Now to the 3rd fret. Okay, here comes your 5th string open. 2nd fret with your pointer finger. Okay, next string open. Okay, now to the 2nd fret of that 4th string. Here comes the 3rd string open. 2nd fret. Okay, 2nd string open, and get ready for the 3rd fret. Here we go. Now it's going to be the same pattern on that 1st string. Open, 3rd fret. Okay, now drop right back down to open. 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and then open. 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and then open. And reach to that 2nd fret on that 4th string, and then open. 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then open. 3rd fret on string 6, and then open. Okay, so that one, like I say, is a really, really good one. Now, I just remembered about all my phone calls that I got last week, so I've just turned off my phone. All right, so there, that's done. All right, so now, when we were playing around last week with our Chicago style blues, we added in a blues scale, and you'll start to see when you play this blues scale, it's so much like the pentatonic, just with the addition of a couple of notes, okay? So the blues scale we did last week, we did 3, I'll just walk through it just the way we did it. So 3, open, 3, open, and then on this string, on the 3rd string, we did 3, 2, 0. Okay, so let's do that. 3, open, 3, open, and now on the 2nd string, 3, open. You could still stay with pointer finger and index finger too. Okay, 3rd string, 3, 2, 0. 3, 2, 0, and then when we finished it, we hit the 2 on our 4th string. Okay, now we're going to carry on though. Okay, now we're going to play that string open. On the 5th string, we're going to play 2, 1, 0. Okay, do that again. Ready? Here we go on the 2. 2, 1, open, and now on the 6th string, 3, 0. So we're going to play that whole blues scale up and down now. So we got a pentatonic scale, 5-note scale, and now we're just going to blues it up. So O3 on our 6th string, O1-2 on our 5th string. Ready? Here we go on our 6th string. Ready, 2 plucks. Ready, go. Open, 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 3rd fret. Okay, and now the 5th string open, play it twice. 1st fret, play it twice. 2nd fret. 4th string open. 2nd fret. 3rd string open. 2nd fret. And get ready for your 3rd fret. 2nd string open. 3rd fret. 1st string open. 3rd fret. Back down to the open. 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Now open. And now on the 3rd string, play your 3rd fret. 2nd fret. Open. 4th string, fret 2. Open. Okay, and now on the 5th string, fret 2. 1. Open. String 6, fret 3. And let's just let that 6th string ring out. Okay, so now you got 2 scales just by adding in a couple of extra frets. So depending on the sound you want, what you want to do with it, you can play. So much fun. Okay, so that's a review of those 2 scales, and I'm going to make a note right here on my whiteboard because you can see this whiteboard isn't as tidy as it normally is. I was making some notes as I was going today. All right, so scales E minor pentatonic and E blues. I'll put them down both on as a PDF so you can see the difference between them. You know what I'm going to do right now though, just so it's recorded on this, what I'll do is I'm going to draw, and then I'll have to erase it because I need this space, but I'll draw what it looks like for the E minor pentatonic scale and then the E blues so that you've got a picture of it right here. So for this scale, every string you play, you do have an open. Okay, so you play your 6th string open, then you play your 3rd fret. So this is a pentatonic, right? 5th string open and 2nd fret. So I'm going through it like this in case you're unsure about how to read these scale charts. 4th string open, 2nd fret, 3rd string open, 2nd fret, then your 2nd string open, 3rd fret, because sometimes people aren't sure. 1st string open and then 3rd fret. When they read these, if they should play everything open and then play the fretted notes. It's all fine and well if you're comfortable already playing it, but if you're not sure, it's good to know, right? So that's our E minor pentatonic scale. Then when we added in the blue notes, I'm going to make them just kind of little clear guys here, okay? There. So then we went O3, O1-2, O2, O2-3, O3, O3. So 2 scales. Super fun. And like I say, I'll do up a tidier version of that. I'll leave it up here for now. And now our next thing we're going to do is we're going to review a whole bunch of that finger picking we did last week. Make sure you're comfy with it. I know that lots of people had fun once we started adding in all those riffs and everything, because then you just make it your own song, right? So what I'm going to do is do this 2 ways. I'm going to play what's on the PDF, and then I'm going to share it with you and we'll play it again so you can have a walkthrough. So it'll be, for some of us, a bit of a walk down memory lane. For people that are new to watching, it'll be a good review. Memory lane's always fun. I was having a walk down memory lane as I was recording some videos up at in the Lac du Bois grasslands, right up like a 15-minute drive away from my home. It's just so beautiful. And one of the lakes my grandfather used to take us to play at when we were kids. So it was really so much fun to record there. Oh, such a good time. All right. So the most basic version that we've done, the level 1 version of Chicago style fingerpicking blues, I will play, then I'll share it and we'll go through it. Okay. If you already know it, play it with me. I'm going to keep it just straightforward. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. A7, back to E7, then we repeat it. A7, oops, E7, then we go to B7. I'm trying to show my fingering, but I'm not setting up right. There we go. E7, E7. I'll play it one more time. E7, A7, E7. Trying to curve my fingers away so you can see what I'm doing. E7. B7, that's just one time there, right? B7. And now I do a pluck at the end. Play my first string open, second string, and third string there, which uses frets 1 and 3, just like that. And I'm going to share it so we can have a quick little talk about techniques that we use there, and then we'll just go back and forth a little bit like that. All right, so in level 1, we kept it really straightforward. We've got the E7 chord shape, which just uses third string, first fret, second string, third fret. Now, so we play that E7 to A7, back to E7. We're pretty comfortable with this at this point. Now, the reason why I went down to the third line and I kind of slowed down a little bit going from the B7 to the A7 and tried to show my fingering, because on that second fret where I play the B7, I do keep my third finger or ring finger on there, and then I just shift it up to the third fret for the A7. That's why I slowed down a little bit there. I wanted to show that. So if you're new to reading this tablature, let's just go through it. We'll play it one more time. And Julie, if you're comfortable with this, then just tee off on it, add some little riffs and stuff in there, or do a turnaround on top of what I'm doing. Just have fun with it. Okay, one more time, and then we'll keep our review going. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. A7, E7. Next line for A7. E7. B7. A7. E7. B7. And end it with that 3-note chord. So I went hopping through that kind of fast just because we're doing a little review here, right? So we did that, and then we started adding in the optional turnaround, right? Where we subbed out the last 2 bars there, E7 and B7, and put in a little turnaround. Now, my confession for you is, even as I was fixing all this up and putting in all the levels, I forgot to move that B7 chord. Do you see where it's highlighted, where it says optional turnaround, and then to the right of it says B7? That should be over on top of the 2. So if you've printed off a copy of it, move that B7 over there, okay? Just so you've got the harmony, like you can analyze it if you're into that, okay? Now, I'm just gonna make you a little bit seasick here. I'm gonna move along a bit. There we go. So what I did here, if we ignore the turnaround to start it all off, then that gives us pretty much what I did to add on the level 1. So after we got comfortable with level 1, we added in that turnaround. Now that is down on line 4 of this screen. So if you look down here, where I'm kind of highlighting there, and it's getting blue there, bar 29. So what I'm going to do now is, before we get into that, I'm going to review the turnaround option ideas. Now, I'm not sure who's doing what for optional ideas, so I'm going to play those 3 that I have written there, and those are just some, right? Just ideas. So I'll play it, and then what I'll do, because I've already got the screen shared, I'm just going to stay on it, and then I'll take it off and play all this stuff. All right, so the first turnaround optional idea was 6-string open, and then I hit my 4th fret and my 4th fret on my 3rd string, 3rd fret on my 2nd string, and I played it twice for that optional idea. Then slid down to frets 2 and 3, and 1 and 2. Okay, so that was one rhythmic idea. The next bar stayed the same, where I hit the, and then 0, 1, 2 on the 5th string, which we now know is just part of that E blues scale. 0, 1, 2, right out of that blues scale. And I often do that little vibrato-y wiggle when I hit that 2. All right, so then the other option, so these are just ideas to inspire you, and you don't even have to use them if you don't want to. The second optional idea I came up with was I broke up the chord. So I played it as single notes. So I played the 4th fret of the 3rd string, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then I shifted that chord shape down. So I'm just playing with my bunny ear fingers. I'm picking strings 3 and then strings 2. So I hit my 6th string open, and then I play 4, 3, shift back, 3, 2, 2, 1. That's it. And then I keep the next part still the same. If you're not sure where I'm getting that from, just going to highlight up here the E7 and where I've got the B7 done properly. Looking again at different rhythms I did, the final turnaround option that I'd written down was playing the 4-3-4 as a triplet. Okay, that's where you might want to say a word like strawberry, hickory, something like that, triplet, 1, 2, 3, whatever works for your mind. So I played my 6th string open, and then I hit the notes 4, 3, 4. Okay, so that's strings 3, 2, 3. And then shifted back a fret to frets 3 and 2, did the same thing. Shifted back to frets 2 and 1, did the same thing. So you get, it sounds all busy, right? But you just take your time with all these ideas. So that's what's going on with those optional ideas. And those 3 different bars, if you want to, you can substitute what I've got written in bar 29 for one of those 3 options. That turnaround can also just be played as straight quarter notes, just as I've got written there in bar 29, where I've got the 3 and 4 just played as a single time. Just like that. Okay. And Doreen has joined us. I'm so glad you've made it, Doreen. Okay. So now I'm going to run through all of level 2. I won't play the turnaround to start it all off, though. I'm just going to go right here at the E7, just like we did with level 1. 1, and my turnaround, I'm just going to play straight quarter notes. Nothing fancy this time. 1, 2, ready, go. To A7. Okay, we're on the next line now, E7. And again, to A7. And again, back to E7. Now we're on B7, coming up to the end of that 3rd line with A7, straight turnaround, just with quarter notes. 3, and again. A7, E7, A7, E7, so we're on that third line. B7, A7. Let's do eighth notes. 3, 3, and again. A7. When the turnaround comes up this time, we're going to split them apart. Just like that second optional idea. Here's B7, A7. Here it goes. 3, and last time, ready? A7, E7. A7, E7, B7, A7. Now we're going to stop, take a breath, get ready for that turnaround, because we're going to do the little triplet things where we're splitting apart strings 3 and 2. Here we go. 1, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. Slow down. Wipe the sweat off your brow and play that very last chord. Wah! Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that for a minute there. I just realized how intense this thing gets. Oh my gosh! It's pretty cool though. All right, so what I'm going to do is just check in on everyone. Okay, now I'm going to play everything that I just did there. I'm going to play all of that level 2, and you can just watch my hands a little bit, okay? And I'm going to start with the turnaround, the whole shebang there for level 2. So with the chords. 3, 4, A7, E7, A7, E7, B7, A7. I'm going to play the 8th note version. And now I'm going to do it again. I hope you guys are practicing with me. You could solo over top of this. It'd be pretty cool. Using that blues scale. B7, A7. Okay, let's split it apart in 8th notes. See how I keep my fingers right here? These guys, I don't move them too far away from where I am. So I don't go like this. Sometimes people want to do that and watch their fingers when they play there. Try to keep them down close by. Watch your fingers like this. Okay? Because at this point, if you can have this part here memorized, bum, 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 it gives you freedom to watch these fingers. Okay. I'm just going to sit and show you how my fingers move for that last turnaround where we split it into triplets. And again, these are options. You don't even have to do any of these, okay? That last bar of turnaround optional ideas. Go 3, 2, 3 for my strings, then shift my chord. And as I'm playing that, you know where that would sound really cool so that you can take your time and slow it down? The final time you play the song. Right? Leave that one for the slowing down part. So check this out. I'll just come at it from the 3rd line. A7, A7, well, that would be fun, hey? All right, what a walk down memory lane. I can't believe all the stuff we've been doing with this song, you guys. It's crazy. All right, so level 3. How did we get so busy with this song? I think I just went off on a tangent about it. What time are we at here? 9:37. Okay, review continues because I think it's important to do this and also to realize how far you've come with this song and with your finger picking this Chicago blues. It's so cool. All right, level 3. I'm going to keep my turnaround just plain now, just quarter note plain. Level 3, what we did was we started adding in some bass notes. Okay, so I'm going to play everything I've got written down for that level. You'll notice too on the PDF, I give you lots of extra blank space for writing notes, right? Or for coming up with different little ideas or whatever. So it's kind of like a little booklet for you. It's kind of handy, hey? All right, here we go. So level 3. So it sounds like this. 3, 4, and then you play A7. I'm on the next line now. And this one we're going to change. 3, 4. We added in some bass notes to help us move around from chord shape to chord shape. And I threw in a slide because I just love to slide. Here comes that change again. Basically what I did, where we have bars that repeat, it's a second of them. Except there, because it sounds kind of cool. So while I'm doing all this, as I'm doing all this review, let me know how you've been doing with it. Because, I mean, we've gotten busy with it. I'm going to share that screen and just talk about what we've put on there so that you know. We've gotten busy with it. I think that you guys have done a good job with it. Just like with people that join me on Zoom, Julie and Doreen, I've been able to watch you guys. And it's really cool seeing you smile when you're doing all this stuff. It's so awesome. All right, so line 2 of this PDF, that's where I added in the notes 3 and 4, those fret numbers to push you into your A7. Right? Now that gets busy, I know, because it throws your hand out of position, so that can be a bit of a trick. But going back again to that blues scale that we started everything off with today, look at that, line 3, the movement from the E7 chord shape to the B7 is just that 012 on that 5th string. That's just that blues scale chunk again. So it's kind of neat, hey? Oh dear, hang on. My kitty shut the door on himself. Okay, well, come on. Poor boy. I try to leave all the doors, oh dear. Try to leave all the doors open a bit for him so he can be independent, but not today. Today he's very busy. So when you're playing around with this, think about that blues scale and how it can color little bits of the song. It's kind of neat. All right, so the other thing that we tossed in there, the slide right at the very end of line 4, at the end of that turnaround. That can be a little quick thing I throw in there. I'm going to play that bottom line there, okay? So again, I'm just going to stick with the quarter notes. We know that there's all sorts of rhythmic options for the turnaround, but you don't need to hear a ton of that right now. It can be brain addling after a while. Okay, so line 4 there, I play my open. 3, 4, and I throw in that slide real quick on beat 4. For me, you'll hear my hand like whack the body of my guitar. Check this out. So 3, hear all that action? That's me whipping up to my 12th fret. With my classical guitar, the 12th fret is the last fret before the neck enters the body. So I know that I can just hit that fret and slide back down. It's just an extra little bit that can be fun. If you're not sure about that slide, let me just stop sharing and then we'll get to last week's glory. When I play and I slide like that, I go up here, hit my 12th fret, okay, I play, and I just lift off of it as I get close down to where I want to be, which is back to my E7 chord shape. Now keep in mind, when I call this an E7 chord shape, this is not a full E7, right? Like this is just the chunk of that harmony that we're using to finger pick. So there's fuller chord shapes than that, but that gives you the harmony of the song. And then someone could sit and play those full chords behind you while you're finger picking. It could be a pretty good time. Now, this brings us to our final level that we played around with last week, and it was so much fun. Okay. I hope everyone's ready. Okay, so I am going to play it, then share it. Okay, keep in mind that whole blues scale, what we did last week was we really horsed around with these 3 strings and the 2nd fret of string 4. That's as far as we went. Okay. And in this version, I cut out some of the frets that we were using for moving from the E7 to the A7. I just kept a few in there because, I mean, you know, make life a little easier, right? All right, so I'll play the whole shebang. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, we start with a turnaround. 3, 4, we pick. Just like we normally do, A7, E7, and this next bar, we're going to throw in a riff. 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 2, 0, 2, A7. Here comes that riff again. 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 2, 0, 2. So just that scale. Back to E7. In this bar, I still added in the O1 because it pushes you to B7 so nice. And back to 1, A7. Turn around. 3, ignore the slide, play it again. A7, E7. Okay, here comes that riff. 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 2, 0, 2, A7. And the riff, ready? 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 2, 0, 2. Next line, E7. Okay, we're gonna have some bass note movement in here. O1 up to your B7, 2, 1, A7. Turn around. 3, 2, 1. Let's stop there and hit our E7, the 3-string version. Now, I gave you some ideas to try. 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 3, or 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. Look at me wiggle. You could toss in those ideas. I'll play through it now with some of those different ideas in there, okay? Just the 2 different ones that I came up with instead of the... Okay, so check this out. I'll start it all over again with the turnaround. 3, 4. Okay, I'll give you the first idea. Maybe we'll keep that one in. change it up now. I'm going to use that other idea. Here it comes. 30303. Boom. I'm going to stop here. Ready? So ideas are endless for this, but I'm going to share it so that you can see all this stuff I've been talking about if you don't have a copy of it with you. Okay. So when I went through it, well, there's a lot of construction trucks outside. Sorry, you guys, this is a noisy day here. We've added in, for this level, we've got our turnaround that we plopped in at the beginning to start the whole shebang off with. And then we've got our E7 to A7 chord shapes. Back to E7 on line 2. And then here's that little bluesy bit. 3-0-3-0, and I put 3-2-0 on the third string, all on one beat, just to make it easier to think about, really. And it sounds kind of cool. Back to A7. And then we've got that nice little blues scale descending. Third line, we've got that E7, da, 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 da. And then what I did, instead of putting in that riff, I did the E7 chord again with the 5th string open, and then the 1st fret on the 5th string at the end of that section of E7 chords, so that it helps your ear get ready to hear the B7, really, because you feel that anticipation of that chord coming up. And then I changed that, the chord shape in that B7, right? So that you have a fret 1 at the end of that B7 progression, which echoes the sound that we had to push into the B7 chord, and it just gives it a chromatic feeling if you want to start analyzing it. But really, it just sounds kind of neat. We've gone nuts with this thing. It has been so much fun. But what I want to know is, how is everyone feeling about it? Are there any questions or observations? Anything that you've been like, whoa, well, that's kind of neat. What I'm looking for is, what, let's see, what have you found that you've been able to play comfortably? And have you been able to play around with the scale or add it to any other songs? Take that finger picking style and play it with other chords? Have you been able to expand on it, I guess, is my thought. Or are you comfortable with any of the levels? I will sit and drink some coffee, and I will look for any comments or anything. I talk too much. My coffee's cold. It's the saddest thing ever. This sort of picking pattern with that blues, the thumb and the 2 fingers. Play around with it with a bunch of different chords. You appreciated the levels separated so you could remember all the different things we worked on. No kidding. It was a walk down memory lane for me too. We got busy with this, hey? What I hate doing is working on something and then ditching it and forgetting about it, because that's no good. Your notes. Oh, your notes were really confusing. Oh, I do that too. Yeah. I'm gonna take that that feeling, that rhythm, and I'm gonna throw it onto I don't know. What have you, Doreen? You've been doing pull off and hammer on in the latest picking part. Yeah, right on. Like, I'm using an A chord, which is like your ukulele D, Julie. 2, 2, 2 on strings 4, 3, 2. I'm just grabbing chords is what I'm doing. And I'm using that same picking. from A to a D chord, which is ukulele D to ukulele G, right? And you can just sit there. You can even just do all 4 strings if you want. Just that picking. Thumb, finger, thumb, thumb. Ba, ba, da, da, da. It's got a nice feel. So I show you that because you can take that picking pattern, bum, ba, da, 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 and apply it to whatever chords you want to play. So you got people that are strumming. If they're strumming in 4, it goes right along. T, 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 ta, ta, T, 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 ta. So you've a lot of the stuff that you can play around with that blues song, you can apply to different songs, different in different ways, whether it's the picking or it's the riffs. Okay, so doing pull-offs and hammer-ons on the latest picking part. I'm wondering, Doreen, is that the sort of thing you've been doing? Try it, you guys. Take that riff from that latest part and play 3, and then pull off to open. That's super awesome. So 3, and when I do the pull off, just remember I make a circle. I pick the string with my fretting finger rather than just lifting off. When you do the pull off on the 2nd string, sometimes you wind up hitting the 1st string as you're training your fingers. So you may hear this like that. You may wind up hitting the 1st string. That's where, I'll get my other fingers out of the way. Whoops. Your circle that you do becomes a bit more of an oval shape. You still want to pick that string a tiny bit as you go, but you're going to want to make the circle smaller. And you may have to arch your fingers a little bit to get that. Doreen, are you doing, what about the 3rd string? Are you doing any pull-offs there? Or just playing, or are you doing one pull-off after another there? Because that's cool too. Let me show you guys that. That's where I have both fingers laid down. Sometimes I go like this. I have that finger there and this finger, just because then I feel a little bit like I've got a bit more space to do my pull-offs. So I play 3, and I pull off to my 2nd fret, which is already there. And then I pull off to my open. That becomes pretty complex, right? But you can get the 3 to O part. You can play for that 4th string, try hitting the open and then smacking your finger down on that second fret real quick, as if you made a boo-boo. Oops, that was a boo-boo. I didn't use the 3rd string for anything. It's busy enough already, isn't it? Whoops. Yeah, that sounds cool. Is that how you do it? 303 0320 02. Oh my gosh. That song. That's so much fun to play. Did anybody come up with any little riffs that they liked? Like I had my ones that I offered up, but were there any other things that you came up with? Any other notes that you made? Or no? Julie's saying no. That's okay. You got space to write down different notes, different ideas, right? As you get inspired, and you might take the level 1 version, right? You might do this. You might say, okay, I want to look at the level 1. You know what, you guys, clearly we've just focused on this blue stuff. Landslide's just going to have to wait till next week. I was all ready, but it's okay. The blues, man, we got the blues going on. So I'm going to take a look just at level 1, and I'm not going to worry about any fancy turnarounds or anything, but I'm going to throw in some of those riffs. That way you can you take the simplest version of it and throw in just a little bit, right? So I'm just playing around with it on the first 2 lines. So that level 1 is just a little chunk there, right? So what I did, where I put that in, I'll just show you. And that's where I'm showing you that so that you think about, be open to using these different levels in different ways. So the end of line 1, that's where I just went on the first string and went 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. That's it. And then I did that again at the end of line 2, I think. Well, no, I did it here with that little A7 there. Anywhere where you've got the 2 bars repeated of those chords, you can play around with them. You can play around with them anywhere. That's just a guideline. That's all that is. So just to review where I got the 303033 from, I'm gonna scroll down the screen. Get ready. Whoa! There we go. Just off that idea there. Okay. Got the E blues scale, some ideas for you to try at the bottom of the screen there. That's it. So you can use any of these levels and mess around with them, right? And then what you're doing is you're making your own song, right? It's pretty cool. Now, just peeking at messages here, checking on things. I really encourage you guys to play through this in different levels. And if you've got, look at me, I'm like all excited. Okay, so if you feel comfortable sending me a recording of yourself playing the song, that would be really neat. Whatever level, doesn't matter. Level 1, man. I just love to hear progress. You know how I am, just like, yes, I just want everyone to play and enjoy music. So much fun. Okay, so next week, what we're gonna do is get all serious with Landslide. Oh, it's not gonna be really serious, it's me, right? We'll probably get intense though, but I'll write this out nicer for the scales, the E pentatonic, E minor pentatonic, and E blues scale, try to get those committed to memory, because you will be surprised at how, or maybe you won't be surprised at how valuable those 2 scales are in terms of building your technique, your finger strength, and in giving you the ability to add some leading notes in chords. When I say that, see if I can do this. See, I'm just going O2 to O, but I'm comfortable going there. So what I'm doing there, just playing around with this 2 and open back and forth between 2 chords. The whole reason why I'm doing that is just to show you that outside of that scale pattern, I've used that scale pattern to practice moving quickly back and forth with hammer-ons and pull-offs and however. So I just found this scale really valuable. And I encourage you to, will I put those scales in a PDF? I will be good. I have to go and do some recording out in the bush again, but I'll do that. I'll try to do that tomorrow. I've been having so much fun recording everywhere. Oh, it's been such a good time. All right, so I am going to stop my live stream. Thank you very much for joining me on YouTube. I hope that